Hi everyone, my name is Juliana and welcome to my channel. So today in this video I want to show you a beauty photo shoot. So it will be all close-ups, but it will be a multiple lighting setup and I'm going to be using gels. So I know on my channel most of the time I try to show you easy and simple setups, not because you shouldn't do any more like 2-3 multiple lights or use gels, just because my idea for this channel is to show that photography doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be complicated in order to achieve beautiful results. And I know photographers of different levels watching this video, and I just want to make it friendly for those who just starting out in photography and try to show that it's really not that difficult. Even if you have only one light, you can still achieve beautiful results. But today in this video, I'm going to use a few lights. It will be 3 lights, and there also will be gels, but I'll be using them in more soft and subtle way, and I'll explain the reasons more further in the video. So the whole look was inspired by the prop that I got, and those was roses. So I got those beautiful soft lavender color roses, but the thing is, I was kind of busy and I really want to do this photo shoot. I was inspired. I had the idea for it for so long to create with roses. And the more I waited, the more roses started drying up. And at the day when I was actually ready to take shoot, the roses was already quite dry. So there was kind of beautiful lavender pink roses, but there was a lot of brown, dry kind of brown edges on it as well. And since that's what I had, that's what I've decided to work with. So for my makeup, I've decided to incorporate both of the colors. So the two main color was the soft pink and a brown. And to vamp up the look a little bit, I added some Swarovski crystals on the underlid, just because, as I mentioned, I planned it to be a close-up, so I did want to bring something extra, and I do always recommend to put extra thought into the look, just because and I do have a video about that where I talk more, and I believe it's called Why Your Images Doesn't Look Like in a Magazine. I'll leave link down below if you want to check it out. So basically one of the points of this video is you really need to put a lot of thoughts in what you do, because it's not just important what gear you use, how you use the light and the skill of your photography, but also it's really important what are you photographing, what will be in your shot. So the reason I show you how I prepare and how much thoughts go into preparation to inspire you to do the same, because in the end it does worth it. Trust me, the more effort you put into the shot, it does translate into the image. So overall look was very romantic. I wanted to do soft and just kind of, again, I took the inspiration from the beautiful soft roses, and that's what I was going for. So the hair was also very romantic, soft curls and just lots of volume, and I put roses into my hair, and I thought that will be nice. So now when the look is complete, let's go to the shoot. Okay guys, so let me walk you through the set. Okay, first for background I've chose brown background paper, and the reason I've chose brown is because the roses start to dry already and they had some brown edges on them, and I've decided to go with brown to kind of complement it and add a little bit more neutral vibe to the whole image. I have a lilac perfect color, the same color as the roses, but I thought it just too obvious choice, so I've decided to go for brown. And then you see right behind me there is a speedlight that will be highlighting the background behind me to separate me from background and kind of make it lighter feel to overall image. And as my kick light, the second light is also a speed light, and the power is 32, and the one that on the background is 32 as well. And this one has a gel on it, and this one is, if you can see maybe from this side better, it's dark brown gel. And the reason for that is because I wanted the shadow the same color as, I didn't want just white highlight, I wanted the same softer, darker and color of the background, so it's all blended nicely. So it's dark brown color gel. And the main light is Bare Beauty Dish, and for main light I use again my Godox 200 Pro, and the power is, I believe, 16. Yes, it is 16, the power of the flash. For my camera I use my 5D Mark IV with 70 to 200 millimeter lens. This is 4 aperture 4, and I mean the lens maximum aperture is 4. And the settings on my camera is shutter 1/25 of the second, aperture 7.1, and ISO 200. Yes, I guess this is about it. So this is 3 light setup for this dreamy portrait. Okay, so here's some raw images that I've got from this shoot, and let's go over them. So again, let's start from the background. So I've mentioned before I've used brown background for the reason number one is I wanted to add that neutral feel to the image, because overall look is very delicate and soft and feminine, and I wanted to support it with the overall color of the brown, just a neutral color that blends together with it goes together nicely with the skin tone and kind of complement overall, and it does not provide a high contrast, which is different because I usually go for high contrast. The second reason is because there is in the image, there's 2 dominant colors, which is pink and brown. So I have background of both colors. I have brown that I've used. I also have this lavender pink as well. The reason I didn't choose pink background is because if I choose pink, then the brown edges would pop up more just on the contrast, and that's not necessarily what I want. What I want is the pink to pop up. That's why I've used brown. So the brown overall contrasting bring up the pink more. So our attention goes more to the pinkish in the roses, eyeshadows and lips. And that's what I wanted. That's why I've chose brown background. Now let's go for the light. Let's start from the backlight. There is a small speed light that was standing behind me, and it just lightened up softly background behind me and creating this beautiful vignetting. In this particular images, in this view, if I would use these ones, of course I would probably crop them just for composition purposes, so you wouldn't be able to see the vignetting that much. But on this image you can see those edges, and I think vignetting goes again nice with this type of image. That's first. Second of all, it's lighten up background, making the tone of it much closer to the skin tone, and again, which adds to overall cohesive look, kind of soft gradient between all the tones across the image itself. Next is the main light, a front light, which was with the beauty dish, and it goes here and it hits the face. Just overall, as usual, I use beauty dish, and that's not necessarily that you should use. You can use softbox as well. It's just beauty dish usually works for me for beauty shots. That what usually I go for. And the most interesting part in this shoot is the second light, the kick light with the gel, and that's what I want to talk a little bit further. So the second light comes from here, and there is a brown gel on it. So why would I use brown gel? Do you see what a subtle warm effect it gives? If you would see, this part is a little bit warmer, but also it's all about the color of the shadows. Do you see how beautiful and warm they look? And how cohesive they look with the background. Even here, do you see how cohesive it looks with the background? So if I wouldn't use gel and just the kick light, the color of the shadow would be a little bit different. It probably will be more grayish, just like here. You see there is shadow from the hair, which this is not necessarily a good thing. Don't mind this particular shadow. That's not, it's not the best that you want to keep. You do want to try to avoid that. But just as example, if you use just the regular kick light, usually shadows a little bit more neutral color, and here they're so much warmer because of the brown gel. The thing is, and I think very few photographers, if ever, talk about neutral colors gels or skin tone correcting gels, because whenever we think of adding color, everybody goes, like for gels, everybody goes for blue and green and purple and just those bright colors, and I totally get that. But the thing is, do not overlook those soft skin-like, skin tone, neutral type of gels, because they can add such a subtle but beautiful feel to your images, and they're not really detectable overall. Like when you look on the image, you cannot really tell right away that there is gels been used, but it does bring this beautiful air and beautiful warmth to the skin and to the shadows, and that's subtle effect that I really wanted to go for in this shoot, just because to complement and furthermore the idea of this delicate, feminine, beautiful, soft, gentle look. And I think that most of photographers never use those, like a very light colors or skin tone correcting gels. And I would suggest you to look into them, because they can really add some subtle effect to your work and create beautiful effect without being very noticeable right away. So here's the end of this video. Again, the edited images you can see on my Instagram right now, so please do check it out, urinachi_photo. That's my Instagram account, and if you want to see more of my photography, feel free to follow it. Thumbs up if you like it, and comment if you have any suggestions for further videos. I always take this to consideration, or just share the love. I appreciate that as well. And yeah, share this video if you find it useful and someone else can benefit from it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be happy to, or don't, as long as you enjoy the video. All good, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.